Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, into the 4. 1 pock, 2 pock, 3 pock, 4. Right here. All right, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ouch. Oh shit. Hit the other camera. Sorry. All right, camera's rolling. We got another camera right here. Another camera. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Right here, the bookshelf. We got books. We got a 360 camera. I'm just tracking, making sure it knows where I'm at.
Yay, I could be in it now. Hi guys, it's me, your friend, pal. Yeah.
Uh-oh. You want to be in the video?
Alexa, cancel my timer.
3-minute timer canceled.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, testing.
Look over here. Look at this. Here's the right guy. It's my guy right here. Go back a long time. It's my little buddy right here. It's my little buddy. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You can't choose your friends. Oh. No, how does the saying go? You can't choose your friends. No. You can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. And your friends are the family that you call. No, your friends are the family that you choose. That's my friend. My little friend right here. Shadow, don't be smelling his crotch. Don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't smell another Santa Claus's crotch. Don't do that.
It's like, do you guys prefer tea or coffee? But the truth is that everybody prefers coffee if they're sane.
Is that true?
I mean, for taste, I don't think people are going for tea for taste. It's not really a tasty thing.
You know what, Gabriella? I could agree with you on that one.
But then again, like, I don't make the teas with the milk and stuff. Like, I just make very standard box water tea. Mm-hmm. So maybe if you did all that special jazz, you would actually have a very tasty tea.
Perhaps. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps in it.
We got Café Bustelo. Café Bustelo. This is, I'm not sure which country this is from.
Café Bustelo?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
It says it's from...
Excuse me.
Café Bustelo tiene un aroma seductor y un sabor pleno. Es un café deliciosamente versátil.
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 Órale.
Could I borrow one of these and I'll get you another one?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
No problemo.
Alexa, what's 512 minus 180?
512 minus 180 is 332.
Alexa, what's 510 minus 180?
510 minus 180 is 330.
Is this thing on? Hello?
Oh shit, it's not
Hello?
done.
I have to call my grandchild. Is this how you use the internet? The interwebs? Is the interwebs on? We got a new 360 Insta camera AI.
Making my
whatever
coffee
that
here.
means. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Instacart, Insta camera, Insta go. Everything is Insta.
Everything is instant in this world.
Instant gratification. Instant. Now. Give me now. Give me my.
We need everything and we need it now.
So basically this camera follows us around. We got my buddy right there. My best friend. Till the very end right there. My ride or die.
Who,
and then
me?
No, I'm talking about Santa Claus.
Oh.
And then we got books over here. We got books.
Then we got coffee.
Yeah, we got coffee over there.
Oh, that first coffee sip.
That's where we do the reaction. Whoa, the camera's like, where's Gabriella? Right here, camera. Right back here. Camera's not the greatest, but it works. Right?
Yeah, this is great.
Pretty cool.
That's my favorite thing.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Oh, let's do this together.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Buddy, you're in it.
Cheers.
You little camera shy guy. Come over here to us, please. Look.
Come right in the middle. Say hello to the camera. Say hello. How you doing? My
You
name's
want some
Shadow.
empanada? I think it just finished.
I work here in the studio. I do maintenance. That's
And
what he
this
does.
is the coasters that we have.
Mr.
Pretty
Coaster.
cool coasters. We got these at Five Below.
Oh yeah,
Back.
this camera focuses if you do it right. Maybe not too close. Maybe a little back. There you go.
I'm gonna get the empanadas. And what you want? Ketchup and mayo and truff sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
The usual condiments.
It's very windy outside. We got some empanadas. Hey yo, what the heck?
One of them is eaten into from yesterday.
Oh shit, you're gonna drop it. So yeah.
Coffee with an empanada. It's a good day. Happy January 1st. New Year's. What did you guys do for New Year's? Because I've never spent a New Year's like doing the whole party thing that people do. So I'm very curious to hear about how people spent their New Year's.
We had a nice little dinner together that you cooked up. Made some really good food. Made some rice, some beans, some steak with pineapple.
And empanada.
Empanadas too, but I was too full. I couldn't even finish mine. That's why I only ate half of it yesterday. Does it show? You just see like Shadow's hair flying all over the place.
I know.
That's the reality down here, guys.
That's our seasoning. So
Yeah.
we
You got-
appreciate it.
You got seasoning and everything, Shadow seasoning.
Ooh, look. Optical illusion.
You guys see the shadow hair? I bet you guys can't find a single dog hair on my clothes. A single one, I bet. I bet you can't find it.
He'll give a gazillion dollars. Look at it's like little like.
I know, it's like snowing in this basement. All right, so we got table topics over here. We're gonna be using these.
It's the look. The light. It's because I'm so white right now.
I'm white
Hey,
too,
guys,
look. I get super white.
It's freaking December. Or no, it's January now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be 25 soon. Oh my gosh.
Aging is trippy, like especially if you're going through your 20s, you do have these like moments where you're like, damn, it's like I'm gonna be 30 soon. Like I've had those moments plenty of times.
Yeah.
And it's kind of overwhelming, it's kind of intimidating, but then that's why I'm saying like maybe it's time for us to just go full time as creators and see where this leads us, because I feel like we do have great conversations off camera, and the conversations that you guys witness with the movies and with everything that we post, we have that all the time. It's like off camera about everything.
Yeah, on our walk,
On our
we're
walks.
talking. Like,
We're always talking to each other in that way too.
Yeah.
Like it's like deep conversation. It's rarely ever superficial or rarely ever just, yeah.
yeah, I don't think that we ever talk about like superficial things unless it's like a random thought, you know, where it's
Yeah.
like where we bring up a random thing, for example, but I don't think that we do talk about anything superficial. Like
Yeah,
we're
like
not
when
like
we're like when we were watching Everybody Hates Chris and we were bringing up like episodes and stuff that we
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Everybody Hates Chris is so funny. I
and
grew up watching that shit in Brazil, dubbed too, like
And-
SBT. No canal SBT, Todo Mundo Odeia Chris. Todo dia quando eu chegava da escola, chegava do colégio, colocava Todo Mundo Odeia Chris. E na época, tendo recentemente mudado do Brasil de volta para os Estados Unidos. Não, desculpa. Mudado dos Estados Unidos de volta para o Brasil. I was just trying to like find like something to hold on to. Eu tava tentando achar alguma coisa que eu pudesse segurar assim, que fosse que fosse parecido com as coisas que eu estava deixando para trás no Brasil. Então, quando eu cheguei no Brasil, quando eu mudei pela primeira vez pro Brasil, eu tava revoltado da vida. Eu não queria mudar para o Brasil, porque todas as minhas amizades estavam nos Estados Unidos e eu estava deixando todo mundo para trás. Tinha finalmente criado um grupo de amigo concreto. A gente estava andando de skate pela cidade que eu morava aqui em Nova Jersey. Aí quando eu mudei para lá, a minha mãe tentou de tudo assim para me convencer. Tipo, ela pediu pizza, sabe? Pizza assim da praça, assim perto da casa da minha avó, pizza brasileira mesmo. E eu comi um pedaço assim, eu coloquei na boca assim, rapidão, já cuspi fora. Eu falei, não, eu não gosto dessa merda, não, eu não quero. Na época eu tava revoltado da vida. Hoje eu amo comida brasileira, eu amo comida de Goiânia. Não tem comida melhor, na minha opinião.
Yeah, I agree.
E foi assim, aí eu fiquei doente, eu fiquei super doente, eu fiquei com anemia, eu fiquei desidratado, eu fiquei revoltado porque eu não queria comer nada, eu não queria beber nada, eu não gostava da escola que eu fui, eu não gostava de nada. Mas foi isso. E hoje eu fiquei sabendo, não hoje, mas hoje tem um Domino's, que é uma pizza brasileira, que é uma pizza americana, que tá que tá perto da minha casa lá. I can't fucking speak Portuguese, bro.
What? You just did it.
It's been so long. It's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
eu não falo português com ninguém aqui, right? It's like nobody I speak Portuguese with.
But you can start with me. I want to learn. I mean, I understood everything,
Yeah.
but I'm still struggling, which I'm not even going to embarrass myself trying to speak Portuguese right now because people are going to be like...
That's not embarrassment. You should try. Like, speak. I just did it.
But we should start practicing more, speaking to each other in Portuguese, because then when I go to Brazil... And when I go to Portugal, because that's where my family is from, you can ask my grandparents growing up. I had the most broken Portuguese because I just was never taught, even though my family is Portuguese. Like, I wasn't, like, sat down and taught Portuguese. And so English is my first and technically my only language.
The
like
first and
fluently.
last.
Yeah, my first and
Never
last
again
language.
I'm going to learn a new language.
No language.
Ever.
I learned Spanish in school because that was like standard, you know, Spanish all throughout middle school and stuff. And my mom speaks fluent Spanish. Like, she was born in Venezuela, so she speaks fluent Spanish and she understands. And I understand, but the speaking part, like, I am not fluent speaker in Portuguese or Spanish.
Antigamente, quando eu morava no Brasil, eu tinha um problema sério de comunicação, eu não conseguia comunicar, ao ponto de ir ao shopping Flamboyant de Goiânia, ou Bueno Shopping, ou Shopping Bougainville, I think is the name. Se você for de Goiânia ou você já visitou Goiânia e reconhece algum dos nomes que eu estou falando, por favor, me fale. Mas eu ia ao shopping e eu não conseguia pedir nada. Tipo, eu ficava com medo de chegar em frente à moça que tá recebendo as ordens e falar para ela o que eu queria do menu, sabe? Eu não conseguia comunicar. Eu não conseguia falar no telefone, não conseguia pedir pizza, não conseguia atender telefone em português, fazer nada. Porque eu não tinha um senso de confiança. Eu não tinha, sabe? Eu sempre senti que eu era alguém que não conseguia falar nativamente, então eu falava pior de todo mundo, então por que tentar? Algo assim, sabe? Mas eu tô tentando agora praticar porque eu pretendo voltar novamente de férias ao Brasil e poder conversar com meus amigos antigos, com a minha família, com meu avô, com a minha avó.
Na minha casa, caso
No meu caso, Yeah.
caso foi diferente, porque eu sempre liguei no telefone para pedir comida para os meus pais e eu sempre fui muito, how do you say, like extrovert,
muito pra frente, não pra frente,
muito para frente.
muito comunicativo.
Animado. Like,
Animada.
Animada.
I guess.
E agora... mais ou menos. Agora muito menos, mas eu estou a aprender ainda, mas...
Uma das melhores coisas que eu adorava fazer no Brasil era assistir Pânico na Band. Pânico na Band was the funniest shit ever. It was like this like comedy show. It was kind of like an Eric Andre. If I could compare it to anything, it was like Eric Andre, kind of same level, maybe minus the whole craziness that he does all the time. But it was kind of like that show. It's like they would go around the world or around Brazil interviewing and doing all these pranks, and they had all these characters, and it was just fun. Tinha o Fred Mercury prateado, tinha o Jornal do Boris.
Freddie Mercury.
Jornal do Boris.
Freddie Mercury, you said?
Fred Mercury prateado.
What that means?
It was a silver. He was like painted all silver.
Oh.
And he used to wear like this little underwear, and it was just this scrawny, awkward guy. And he used to have a mustache, and then he used to have a very thin voice.
Oh, they had shows like that. That was like those kind of like late night shows a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I remember those.
I got school tomorrow, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because all the kids at school would be talking about these shows. It's like they would be referencing jokes and stuff. So I was like, man. And it was fun to me because I grew up on like Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, which we're watching right now. Like we're like People ask like, oh, like how have you guys watching these movies? It's because I don't watch movies. Like I don't really like growing up, I've never liked to watch movies because it always felt like a commitment thing. Like this is gonna sound crazy, but it felt like I gotta commit for an hour, 2 hours to watch this.
Yeah, and for me, it's that I would just watch the same movies over and over and over again.
I would do that.
So for me, it's like once we get to the romance genre, you're gonna see that I probably watched nearly all of them.
One movie that I want us to watch soon is Spy Kids.
Oh, Spy Kids.
Spy Kids, movies like that, like Agent Cody Banks, Spy Kids.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Dream, 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 dream. These are the movies that I really remember. Like, not really remember, but like that's the thing though. Like I watched them as a kid, so then now rewatching them as an adult.
They were eventful as a kid.
They stuck in my head.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like they really stuck in my head. Yeah, things like that, like Bad Boys.
Yeah, I feel that way about like Shrek. I haven't seen Shrek since I was a kid.
I haven't seen Shrek.
Oh man!
Last time I saw Shrek, I went to the theaters, the theaters with my mom. I think at the time we were living in North Carolina, maybe because we moved around a lot. I think we were in North Carolina, and I went with my mom and my little sister to watch the one where they have the little kids. I think it's Shrek the Third or something like that.
Yeah.
When that shit came out in theaters, that was the last time these eyes saw Shrek. So now as an adult, like 10 years later, 15 years later, however long, like imagine sitting down and analyzing Shrek the way we analyze everything else.
I know, and getting to watch it now after so much time, because as a kid, like you're watching it for like the visuals and stuff. Like it's fun. It feels like an adventure. It feels like exciting. And not saying that you don't do that as an adult or whatever, but
you gotta be an adult.
But the way that we watch, especially like where it's like everything is kind of broken down and we're very like analytical about like the little details and the messages and the intricacies and stuff. Like that's what makes it so fun to watch like all of these movies.
I want you to play more for the camera too. Like I feel like you're having a conversation with me, but we gotta like pretend you're talking to the camera too.
Guys, I don't have so many.
I know it's hard. It's harder to kind of work with the camera, to perform quote unquote for the camera, because I feel like a lot of the jobs on YouTube, like a lot of the YouTubers out there, like people that I grew up watching, like when I was in Brazil, for example, I used to watch the Brazilian kids who were living in the US, and then you know those videos, like if you're Brazilian, right, or if you're a foreigner, like wherever you live, but if you've ever like fantasized about living in the US and maybe kind of like moving here, you probably watched at one point some YouTuber that's from your country who moved here, and then they would go around like supermarkets and shit, like freaking car dealerships, and they would show you like how much a Mustang was worth, and it's like, olha galera, aqui o Mustang aqui, ó, $20 mil. $20 mil só, zerado, ó, top de linha. And then you go to Brazil, it's like it's 300,000 reais, and then you're like, man, I want to move to America, you know, like I want to live there.
Yeah.
And that's how kind of they got my mom, I guess, like when she moved here. It's like because she moved here super young.
Well, everybody gets sold on the whole American dream too, right?
American dream, which by
It's
the
like,
way,
oh, opportunity to make money, and you know, it's like, but the money you're making, you're spending to survive and to.
not to survive. It's spending it most of the time. It's spending it to show the people back home
Yeah,
the
that
access that
too.
you have, and it's kind of to flex.
But
a
like
little bit.
first and foremost, like most of the money you make here, you're spending to survive. Like cost of living is
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Groceries, it's like
It's not as
doesn't
easy
even.
as people think.
Yeah, like it doesn't even translate, you know?
And it's not even like a good quality of living, honestly. Like if you move to the U.S., it's not good quality of living. Like they poison your food. They hike up prices,
yeah.
tax, gas prices. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of polarity. There's not any sense of unity in America. It's like we were walking the dog and we went like. There's a little crosswalk where it's like blinking and you're supposed to stop if you see people trying to cross. January 1st, right? Like happy holidays, happy New Year's, feeling festive, feeling heartwarming, feeling filled with love. Nobody stopped.
Yeah.
Not a single car stopped except one. One
one.
finally stopped and he pressed the brake to it. And then you saw just like a pile of cars just be like, ugh, we got to stop.
Yeah, and then they'll get annoyed and the cars will start like beeping at the car that stopped. It's like, hey,
And
the
I'm just like,
crosswalk's
thank
right
you.
there.
Fuck you, bitch.
I was like thinking about going there and pretending I have like a notepad and wearing one of those vests and like, let's see.
Yeah, just impersonate an officer. Just
Not like that.
I know, I'm just
It's
kidding.
kind of just to scare them a little, so that as they're driving off, they're like, "Oh shoot, they wrote down my plates, and what's gonna happen?"
I just told her yesterday to get like a whistle.
Yeah, it's like
Just
beep.
go like, shh.
Because that can't be wrong to do. It's like it's a safety hazard. I always have to like wave my hand so that they see us. I'm like, wait, don't
Don't hit
run
me,
us over.
please. Yeah, like broad daylight.
At Rutgers, when I was going there were people that would actually try to get hit by one of the like Rutgers campus buses to
that's
get
stupid.
free tuition.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that's so stupid. I used to know kids like that, and the way that I would deal with them is that I would just walk away. I would just be like, yeah, that sounds cool. Good luck, bye.
Oh, yeah.
And then did like so stupid. Like really, like you're gonna live like that?
Actually trying.
I know it's stupid.
They're like, oh, free tuition? I'll get a.
Which is basically insurance fraud, right? Like you could go to jail for that.
That's crazy. You could go to jail for that?
Yeah, like if they have like a dash cam and they catch you trying to like fake an accident or trying to deliberately get hit or something like that. Like that's why people get like dash cams. But I've never gotten a dash cam because I've always been skeptical that the moment you get one, something happens.
Yeah, I feel like it does invite stuff. Like I've always seen it, like with my cousin's boyfriend. Well, now it's her husband, but like he had one, and my brother, and it's like always something would happen. Like somebody broke into their cars because where I'm from, or not where I'm from, because I don't really reference it like that. But where I grew up, like that's how it was. Like people were breaking into cars, and one time there was like a freaking like
There was a crackhead.
Excuse my language, but a crackhead.
We don't gotta
who
be PG-13 all the time.
like,
There was a
sat-
crackhead. It was literally a crackhead
Opened
inside
my
of your brother's
car, just sat in it. It was like they had to like get the guy out.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
That's trippy to me. It's like imagine you wake up and there's just a crackhead in your car.
Oh my
You're like,
gosh.
sir, I gotta go to work.
In our driveway too, like in our driveway, and it's like, what's going on? Man, like how, I don't even know how people just like let their kids, because over there, kids just walk alone everywhere. It's like they go to the park alone, they go to the stores alone. It's like, you know, but it's such a weird place.
I used to live in Newark. I used to always be walking around.
Newark, yeah.
You could say stuff. You're so like travada. It's like you gotta just loosen up.
I know.
What was your mother's signature dish? What was my mother's signature dish? Oh, I know. So my mom used to make mexido. Mexido is basically whatever you got in the fridge in Brazil or in Portuguese, whatever. But whatever you got in the fridge, if you got rice, if you got beans, if you got any leftover meat, you put it on the frying pan on a stir fry, and then you basically like stir fry all of it together, and you put some hot sauce, and she would have pimenta da roça, which is like straight from the farmlands, you know, it's from my grandma's farm. and she would just make some frango caipira misturado com arroz, piqui, whatever was in there. She was just like, "Woof." And then it's just this like mexido, which means mistura, mixture.
Yeah, it's like just combined together. Yeah.
It's like a mixture of food.
I don't know. I don't remember my mom having a signature dish. I feel like she would experiment a lot with things. I would say that maybe a go-to that I do remember, just because I enjoyed it so much and it was my favorite food as a kid, was like sometimes on the weekends, like she would make like pancakes and bacon.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
like
say
the American
pancakes and bacon.
pancakes and bacon. What's the most entertaining concert you've seen? Go, Lil Baby.
I've only been to 2 concerts. My first concert was Casting Crowns, which is like a Christian worship music group. And then the second concert was Lil Baby, and I was like 2 feet away. And I went because the tickets were so cheap for general admission, and I was like, I like his songs, so I'm gonna go. And it was pretty fun, and I almost got into a fight with somebody.
Really?
Remember?
Oh yeah. The girl called you Cinderella.
No, it's
Like,
Snow
watch
White.
it, Snow White.
So it's general admission, so everything is like kind of like crammed and stuff, and everybody's like shoulder to shoulder, and it's kind of like the mosh pits. Like if people start swaying, like you're getting swayed with them against your will a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it was fun. But
It was fun getting
but this
swayed.
girl, like I can't like do anything, so I'm like pushing, like kind of rubbing shoulder to shoulder and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she completely was losing it. Like she started like purposefully putting her arm on my shoulder and like pushing me down like aggressively. And then she just like called me out and said that I was super sweaty. And then I said something that's highly offensive.
What's the most entertaining concert you've seen?
The most entertaining one, I would still say it was Casting Crowns, just because it was like a very immersive experience, like listening to gospel music in that way, like where many people are like singing it together and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I shared it with my family, so I feel like that one is just more memorable, and it's my first concert, so I feel like you never forget that. And how about you?
My first concert and the most memorable one, I think it's always going to be the first one, was a Steve Aoki concert. Steve Aoki concert, and he was throwing the cakes and stuff, and I was 13, maybe 12, maybe 13, 14, kind of maybe younger, like from 10 to 14. And I had just moved to Brazil, and I went with my best friend at the time, Peternella, one of my best friends in Brazil, and his parents took us to like a neighboring city where he was going to perform, and it was just awesome. Like it was really fun. It was my first concert, and it was a Steve Aoki concert, and it's a lot of energy, a lot of people just having a good time, just happy to be there.
What kind of music is that, like EDM?
EDM, electronic music. Yeah.
I'm not good with names of artists and stuff.
I used to be a big fan of deep house. I used to listen to deep house like day in and day out. Deep house and música sertaneja. But then I got to a point where I was just listening, everything was sertaneja, everything. So Zé Neto Cristiano, I went to a concert that they had in Newark, New Jersey. So that was 2018. I saw Gustavo Lima in Newark, New Jersey. I saw Eduardo Costa in Newark, New Jersey. I saw Aloki, which is another concert, a very memorable one that I went with my friend Antonio Nercesian, also one of my best friends in Brazil. And we went to New York City for that one. And we just like went last minute, just got tickets and just went to a Loki.
Wow, you went to a lot of concerts then. I haven't been to that many concerts, just the 2.
I went to Vila Mix.
What's a concert that you want to go to? Like if you could go to a concert of any artist, like what would be the concert that you would want?
Top 3 for me right now is Kendrick, J. Cole, and Kanye. If I could go to those three, which I haven't seen them live, I haven't ever like seen them in person. If I could see them in person at least, even if it's from a far away, I'll be pretty happy.
Oh, narrowing down to 3. I would say for me, it would be Ben Howard.
Okay.
And then maybe the same 3, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Kanye.
I would add Coldplay into the mix because I've seen Coldplay concerts.
Yeah.
The Coldplay concerts. Coldplay is the type of music that, that to me, it's like it's very spiritual. Like it just hits me in like the very, I don't know, like I don't even know if it's corny to say that. Yeah.
No, it's not. Like it's true.
Coldplay is dope. I've always loved Coldplay. The Scientists and all these songs. I always used to be a fan of it.
Yeah, Coldplay and Coldplay has a song. Coldplay has a song with Kanye.
Kanye.
And with Kendrick, right? No, that's not with Kendrick.
I think it has a song with one of them.
With Kanye. The do you think of my na 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 na?
Oh, that's with him? Do you think about me now and then?
Maybe we should start again. I was trying to figure out the words. Do you think about me now and then?
I'm talking fear.
And Ben Howard, guys. Ben Howard, man, that I think in the recent years, because I was like a super big like rap fan, rap head. Like I was super into like hip hop in high school. And in the recent years though, like I kind of started, going more into like acoustic sounding stuff a little bit, and I think it just like resonated with the times like a little bit more for me. Like I wasn't in this like hype mood as much, or I wasn't in this like I was in more of like a reflective, melancholic
conscious
state.
rap, right? It's like
conscious rap.
like conscious music in general.
Yeah, like even the rap music that I changed completely shifted, because I used to like Lil Baby and Lil Keed and Young Thug and
Lil Keed was funny. Like when you told me that you liked Lil Keed, I was like, no way. Like where? Like who are you?
I know. There's no limit. Like I feel like I've listened to a lot of artists, like underrated, underground.
I think that both of us are very like well-rounded. Like I love acoustic stuff. I love Brazilian music. I love acoustic American music. My mom used to be a big fan of Alan Jackson. So I used to listen to a lot of like American country. I like rap music is my favorite though. Like I just love rap music. But I'm not even scared to admit, like I like some of Adele's songs.
I like some of the Gaga songs.
But what does Adele know about Polaroid?
What does she know about cameras? He's like, I like some of the Gaga songs.
I'm not going to be scared to admit it. You guys are not going to make me scared to admit this. I'm going to say it, all right? I love certain music. I just love the way it sounds. I like Billie Eilish's voice is amazing. Her music is like it's this trippy thing, especially if you like.
It's beautiful.
If you're in an altered state of consciousness and you're listening to that shit with like noise canceling headphones, it'll make you cry. Even if you're a grown ass man, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Adele, Coldplay, so it's this like genre too. What's the other guy? I always forget his name. Fuck, hold on. I have him on my.
Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan.
How did I know? See.
Zach Bryan is the shit. Like his music. Amazing. Like he's inspiring me to get a guitar. It's like to get an acoustic.
That's how I feel.
An autistic guitar.
I feel that autistic.
An autistic guitar.
I feel that way about Ben
acoustic.
Howard. I feel like Ben Howard is autistic with the guitar, because he's like, man, he's talented. Oh, like the first time I heard a Ben Howard song was because like at the time my brother would watch like The Walking Dead and stuff, and I heard it once in an episode that he was watching.
I've never seen The Walking Dead like that.
Yeah,
I've never even. The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. Like I remember being in high school, and some people kind of like watching and stuff. But the high school I went to, it was just studying. It's like you get home and you study. It's I don't think you guys understand, but it's like it's a escola particular, sabe? Tipo escola Colégio Marista, Colégio Olimpo, Colégio, sabe? So it's a whole schedule. It's like you have your school schedule and they literally help you make an at-home study schedule.
Yeah.
So they factor in everything. It's like you go from school from 5 a.m. to I think it was like 12:30 p.m. and then they give you like an hour break and then it's written in your schedule. It's like from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. you're going to study all of these things, all of these chapters, all of these stuff, and then that's your life. And then you go to sleep and you wake up and it's a military school. It's kind of like
And you go to school on Saturdays, which when I found that out, I was like, oh.
half days on Saturdays and sometimes a gente tinha simulado, a gente fazia simulado no domingo, Sundays. So Sundays we would have a simulation test of what to expect from the Enems and the Unicampis and the USPs and the all that stuff. So I was writing a lot of redações USP, redações Unicamp, redações UFG, Universidade Federal. Porque a minha mãe não tinha condições de pagar universidade particular. Foi um dos motivos, inclusive, que eu decidi voltar para cá. Porque eu entendi naquele momento que eu estava fazendo cursinho, eu tinha feito cursinho por alguns meses, mas eu sabia de fato que eu não sou alguém que consegue fazer provas assim. Tipo, eu não me dou bem em provas objetivas, em provas de A, B, C, D, E. Então eu fiquei sabendo rapidamente que eu não ia conseguir, tipo, sabe? Tipo, que não é que eu não ia conseguir, mas eu não queria aquilo pra mim. Eu não queria virar um certo status ou ser um certo profissional sem antes ter alguma paixão em relação àquilo.
And figuring out who you are.
Yeah. And like not knowing who I am and just trying to do all that shit. But yeah, school there is crazy.
Yeah, I went to Eastside, so it's like I went to a public school, and it's one of the. I mean, I took like this is like a fun fact.
Don't like downplay
I
it.
took like AP classes my first year of high school because I was always a straight A student in middle school, and my first year of high school I was already taking AP Physics and AP World History. Like I was in the AP classes already off the bat, and then my last 2 years of high school. I did college courses while in high school. So after school, like the first hour or two of school, and then after school for another hour or two, I would do a college course. And then I was doing the regular classes like at and I graduated high school with like almost an associate's degree. I was a few credits short because I kind of didn't pass my biology class, and then they offered me to retake it, but then I was going on vacation that summer, so I couldn't retake it. So, but then, you know, I continued on to college. Then I dropped out because, again, same thing. It's like
What were you wanting to be? Like, could you tell people, like, what did you first want to be versus...
When I got into college, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I feel like what motivated it was that it was a very pivotal moment. It was a very pivotal moment, but when I was 15, my like lifelong dog had passed away, and it was just a few months after she turned 14. So we both have like a birthday very close to each other. Like hers is the day before mine, and she was born like a year later than me. But I grew up with this dog, And so when I was 15, like she didn't pass away, but she became like, she just one day when we got home after celebrating my brother's birthday, like we went out to eat at a little restaurant, like me, my parents, and my brother. And we got home and she came like jumping off of the couch like she always does and like sneezing, like she would sneeze when she was excited. And then all of a sudden her legs just like gave out and then she was just like whimpering and not like walking and my parents were like, what the heck's going on? And they took her to the vet that same night and they already told them like, she's paralyzed, here's your options, like you could do a surgery. She was already old, like 14 years old is a long life for a dog. Most dogs, it's like 10, 12, like if you're really lucky, you'll have a dog that lives to 20, like that's really
Shadow's
lucky.
Gonna be 120.
I hope so.
He told me yesterday.
But like she was old and she was a little dog. She was like a Lhasa Apso, so like she had the little teeth like this.
Oh, those little
Those like little teeth like this.
Those little, get the fuck out of my house.
And then and she was like a guard dog. She really was.
Is it safe to say, like, it's not like prejudice or anything, but is it safe to say that, because I lived in Newark for a long time and I had a lot of Portuguese friends, most of them had these like small little kind of like angry dogs.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not quite a Chihuahua, but it's just small angry dogs.
Yeah,
And it's always
so.
Portuguese families. Why?
I don't know. I think it was, I mean, she
was aggressive. Ah!
No, she was always nice around like kids and stuff.
I would be scared. I would tell my friends, like, I had a phase of my life where I was so traumatized by this one friend of mine who had this small ass freaking white Shih Tzu dog, which was kind of like a little piece of shit, honestly. But because of the way it acted, like everybody would even say, it's like, come here, you little Shih Tzu. It's like,
come here, you little shit.
It's like, stop, you little Shih Tzu.
Tzu.
Yeah. But man, like after that, every other friend who would invite me to go to their house after school to like eat lunch and shit, like I would always be like, could you put your dog away? It's like the moment I knew that they had a dog, I couldn't do it.
Man, I mean, I didn't really invite my friends over a lot because of that.
I didn't have
Like
any friends.
my dog was the type of the dog where you had to like back out of the door backwards.
Oh my God.
It's like, or else she would probably go for your leg because
Your leg, the owner.
Not for my leg.
She wouldn't do that to you guys?
Not for us. But
Just visitors?
But for strangers,
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah, and she was protective over kids.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like if she saw that you were like reaching in a weird way for one of the little kids, because my mom was a babysitter my whole life. She was always taking care of kids like at our house, and she was like a nanny. And so like the kids, like she never hurt or anything. Like she was very protective over them. But strangers, I think she was like an energy reader though, because I had some friends that she was just super chill with. Like she would just lay next to them. She wouldn't like be like any kind of growling or anything. And then I had friends where if they were walking out of my house, like she would go grab their pants leg and then she would just start like.
I don't like that shit.
And I was like, you gotta go.
Yeah, I don't like that shit at all.
But then what happened with her is like that night, they took her to the vet. And then they gave her the options of like surgery and stuff, and it was gonna be expensive, and she would have had to like be in a cage for a long time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Like I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing because Shadow's right here, and he just
so
raised his
cute.
head. Because every time I take a bite, he like raises up. He's like
I have a bite for him
literally
right here.
sleeping, and when he hears any food, and he's like.
I know. A little bag crumple. If you crumple a bag, you can bet that if he's anywhere in the house, he'll run to you.
Yeah.
And if you say the word treat, his ears go like this. It's kind of like an antenna. It's like, treat? What? What did
And
you
his
say?
favorite treat ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, punch cage.
Punch cage.
But then the last thing I was going to say is like, then that day they took her and then they called us from the vet's office. Like they called me and my brother and they said, do you want us to bring her home to say goodbye or do we put her down? And my brother just said like, you could like put her down. So I didn't even like say like a proper goodbye. But,
yeah. Which at times is better, honestly. Like at times
I think so. I think it was better.
Because my mom did the same thing where we didn't get to say goodbye. But we had two huskies. We had a 2-year-old or 3-year-old grown husky male called Zeus. And we had a female husky who was like 1 year old, 2 years old at the time. And her name was Athena. And then one day we got home from school and because the neighbors would complain a lot every time we left, they would start howling. And so it was kind of like, man, it's too much, you know, like it's just all day, every day. It's like it just kept howling and howling like when there was nobody home. And we were scared that neighbors specifically would like throw something over the thing, like a snack that had poison in it or something, and they would like kill our dog. And then there would be no way to like prove it. So they were about to sign a petition to kick us out from the condominium, to kick us out from the little place where we lived.
Yeah.
And then my mom just decided to give it away. So she gave it to like this guy who raised dogs on the farm. And then I didn't get to say bye. I didn't get anything. I didn't even know it was happening. I got home, it was empty. And then I kind of just like, woo, just put all of that inside.
Yeah.
And then fast forward a few years ago, I finally kind of like tackled all of that. I kind of just faced it.
And it helped to like get a dog that like he's very much like your best pal, you know? Like
Shadow?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow's my shadow, literally my shadow. Everywhere I go, he wants to go. Everywhere you go, he wants to go.
I know, I'm his mommy.
But then I found out a few years later that, you know, it's not a surprise, but because these are higher maintenance dogs, like Huskies in Brazil especially, it's not everybody who can afford like the specific coat specific food or whatnot. So like a few years after that, they both died. So they did not live a long life.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, both of them died. But yeah.
It's all right.
It's all
We
right.
got our best pal now.
I got my buddy right here.
He's our buddy.
He's gonna live for forever.
Oh man.
And he's my buddy.
It's
He
touchy.
gets to-
I feel like pets like
Everywhere I go, I'm gonna take him with me.
pets it's really heavy on the heart. Yeah, like
Would you rather have a great wardrobe or an amazing car? None.
none.
I don't really I don't really care.
No
I have a
answer popped
Nissan.
in my head.
I
Like,
have a Nissan Altima,
I don't even own a car.
and I haven't shopped for clothes in at least 4 years.
Yeah,
I haven't
like,
walked into a store.
This
buy
sweater
clothes for myself.
is from when I was like 15. I just
Yeah.
wear like very standard, very like I don't own anything designer. I don't
I used to
own
collect
anything.
shoes, but that's about it.
Like I don't own anything designer. That's actually pretty crazy to think about. But you know what? I feel good about it. It's like I feel like I don't really even think about those things.
Who's the scariest movie villain of all time?
I wouldn't know how.
To me, it's easy.
Ooh,
Plankton.
Plankton?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
easy.
Why was he always trying to take the Krabby Patty formula?
Actually, I think Mr. Krabs might
the
be the scariest villain I've ever seen in my life.
Oh no, you don't remember him having like a heart? He would have a heart at times. Remember when
I think his daughter Pearl, I think that he was so nice to her because he was literally fattening her up, and maybe he felt ashamed that he kind of her mother, because her mother never shows up.
people say that the Krabby Patty secret formula
Is crab.
or whale because
Blubber.
because Pearl is the only whale
Yeah.
in the whole show, and Krabs and his mom are the only crabs in the whole show. I think maybe I haven't seen the new episodes. I know that they started like changing things up, but
And Squidward lives in his head. Isn't that interesting? Like Squidward lives in his own ego.
the more I feel like that's really funny. The thing that they said, like the older you get, the more you relate to Squidward.
I'm 100% Squidward. Like today, like I started my day feeling like Squidward because I don't know, because I'm living in my head.
So if you were a SpongeBob character, you would be Squidward. You would be like the artist, the kind of like.
I don't think I would be a failed artist. I think that Squidward is someone who believes that he is better than he actually is.
Hey, he's not failed. Remember the Bubble Bowl?
Right. But I'm saying, like, in terms of like himself individually, I feel like he believes that he deserves to be the greatest, or that he's already the greatest, and that everything he touches is great. To me, it's the opposite. Everything I do, everything I touch, I kind of like imbue it with this insecurity and with this sense of like not feeling like it's even good enough to even try. And that's how I feel with everything. Every reaction at the end of it, I'm always like, like I kind of like feel a little bit. You know, like I feel like I don't know if I want to post this. I don't know if I did good. I don't know if I did a good job. I don't know if anything I said made sense. I don't know if I'm just wasting time. So I don't think I would be Squidward. I think I would be...
The camera's moving a lot.
I don't know who I would be. But anyways, that doesn't matter.
I feel like I'm Patrick Star. The camera's moving a lot.
The camera, hello.
I'm Patrick Star, I think. I feel like which I was saying while I was in the kitchen. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but I was like, I didn't know who Jeff Bezos was until 5 years ago. I didn't know what Amazon was.
Who Jeff Bezos was and what Amazon was
like,
and what Elon Musk was.
I was like, wait, you can order things and get it the same day? I'm like, what are you talking about? What kind of contraption is this?
And then when we started dating, you would always say, I live under a rock, call me Patrick.
I know, I'm Patrick Star, 100,000%. I feel like sometimes there's not really much up there.
I'm the same way.
And then I have my moments where I'm the Patrick who becomes smart. Like there's that episode where his intelligence and he's like super intelligent, and then SpongeBob's like, I miss the old Patrick. I miss the old
Kanye.
I know.
Fresh out of school.
Straight out the old Kanye.
Let's see what else we got.
The new Kanye, the bad mood Kanye, the always rude Kanye.
How does technology increase your enjoyment of life? I'd say technology, like for example with this, right? Like this kind of increases the enjoyment as long as it's something that it feels fulfilling for me. Like we'll see, like once we kick-started, and I feel like I want to do it at least consistently for a month.
Yeah.
Maybe do this daily, like not maybe, but the whole idea is to do this daily on a daily basis. So we walk down into the studio, we just like mic up, leave these charging overnight, mic up, turn the things on, and we even set up a little camcorder over here on this boom arm over there. You'll kind of see it right here with the flicking and the little screen.
This one right here, this one.
So that camera's pointed at the coffee station because then we did a little test run where we're making coffee, you made coffee and it's running. And then we have a little art desk over here, which we plan on doing other things, which you want to show them what we got that we're going to plan on doing, or do you want to keep it a surprise? Okay, so there's something on top of that table, which I'm pointing right now. Yeah. There's something right there.
If you zoom in, you probably won't see it. Don't do it though.
Don't do it. I'm blocking it.
We've got the Brazil flag right there.
Yeah.
Brazil, we got.
We got a bookshelf over here.
We got a bookshelf over here.
Right here, full body, full. Look, 360 camera, catch me. Oh, hey, yo. So we got books over here. Neither of us knows how to read. So we just got those as decorative.
And we buy books and we kind of just like don't open them for a while until we're kind of called to open them and read them. Like,
but you know what? Like it works. Like there are books here that I've had for years, and then I open them and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get one that I was reading to her the other day, and both of us were like even getting emotional just reading it. And I had bought this book because I heard in like an interview I even forget where I heard about this book, but I eventually got it. It's by James Baldwin.
Oh, Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Go Tell It on the Mountain. Look, right here. All right.
Right here.
You guys see that?
And you see the empanada. I put some empanada. I put some cream cheese in the empanada.
This is how I eat empanadas, by the way. I just get it.
Smudge it all.
And then I like do that. And then I get some sauce on it. And I'm like, ooh.
Nice. Yum. And these are the cards. Ooh. Hand stuff. I have like a lot of scars on my hands. There's like a scar from like the Christmas tree. Like it just like scratched me there, and now I have a scar there. Yeah, a lot of scars.
Gabi's very clumsy.
Yeah, I'm clumsy. I'm a clumsy person. That's why sometimes I'm a little bit of an airhead, a little bit. But this book is amazing. The way that it's written, Callie was reading it to me, and it's like the kind of book that you have to read out loud, or you should have it read to you out loud, because it's like you kind of get lost in it, almost like a movie.
It's intense. So we could actually cover these books on the podcast, maybe. It's like I've always wanted to cover the books on the podcast. We are going to just taking advantage of whatever, but you could like show them whatever you want to show them. Oh, sorry. But I just want to show them also these things that we got. Soon, guys. Very soon. Very soon. We're gonna commence the journey. I'm gonna show you guys with the little desk view again. Let me see if I can get it perfectly again this time. Oh, right there. All right. Not perfect. It's not exactly on the desk view just because I have to angle the camera a little better, but you guys could get the gist, right? So we got this. We got the Lord of the Rings. Big, nice book. Very, very pretty looking. Very well made. I could feel it. You could just tell when you hold it. It's just bulky, big boy right there. Got a big boy right there. So this one, we're gonna be reading this one soon. But first, I think the first one has to be this one.
Harry Potter.
It's gonna have to be Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like it just has to be.
I think Harry Potter changed our lives.
For real. And then this one right here. Excuse me.
Ooh, it's so nice. Look at that. Wow. I used to love pop-up books as a kid. It was almost like a luxury to open up a pop-up book.
And we do want to also open a PO box because
Yes.
I've always loved that idea of like you guys could send us anything.
Like letters, yeah.
It's like send us letters, send us everything. Like we're Santa Claus. Like let's just open it here. You know?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know these cards. Some of these cards, it's kind of like if you could live on any beach, which would it be? It's like I only know like a
These are
handful
so
of beaches.
stupid that like I've never liked these. Who is the most inspirational person alive today?
Oh, that one's not bad. Inspirational person.
Myself. For myself, it's myself. Just because I've inspired myself more often than anybody else has inspired me. And that sounds kind of like pretentious or maybe self-centered, but it's just because only I know what I need in the moment, so I can inspire myself in the moment.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose somebody else aside from me, I'd say
I think that Theo Von is pretty inspirational.
Theo Von.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Because
Great choice, yeah.
I haven't seen like by any estimation a lot of his episodes. I've seen a few, like maybe a few, but that's how impactful it was. Just a few episodes of watching him, you could tell that like it is inspirational. It's somebody who's not like he's someone who's not the most kind of like self-assured in himself, and he kind of has imposter syndrome that he's expressed, and like
Very
his
vulnerable guy.
upbringing story, and
Yeah.
how his dad passed very young, and all of those things, and the fact that he can be emotional on camera, I feel like has like inspired me to some extent to also do the same, because of watching it like very early on in this year. We would watch like his podcast episodes and clips of it, and just see him being vulnerable, and I feel like that's allowed me to kind of be able to do the same a little bit, but then also you, and like first and foremost, and us, and like just wanting to do that.
Yeah, I think Theo Von is the right answer for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this past weekend, like especially his episodes with like regular ass people, like he interviewed a school lunch lady. He's interviewed garbage men. He's interviewed police officers. He's given the opportunity and given the platform that he has, which is huge, like millions of views each episode. He has given the platform to a wide range of people. Like he has famous people. He had the Lisan Al Gaib, Timothy Chalamet on recently. And he's always just like, he always stays the same person. Like he doesn't, he's not a chameleon. Like he doesn't shapeshift depending on who he's interviewing and who he's hanging out with. And I feel like Joe Rogan does that a lot. And that's why I kind of like lost respect a little bit for the show. Like I used to listen to a lot of Joe Rogan stuff back then in the day, like especially when I moved back from Brazil. I was like working a cubicle job, like a 9 to 5, and I worked that for like a few years or whatever, and then every day, like 8 hours, I was just plugged into a Joe Rogan podcast. So I consumed a lot of Joe Rogan, and that's kind of what helped me break the resistance of speaking English again, of like learning how to speak English, on how to, communicate with other people. So I guess that if you were to analyze it in the sense of like impact, the two most impactful male figures in my life, especially as someone who grew up without a father, it's like I feel like every single child, every kid that grows up with his mother, like they eventually find kind of like male figures in the world, right? So either you grow up a fan of rap or you grow up a fan of whatever it is. But the first one for me was Joe Rogan, I think. And Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I would like for people to recommend me some kind of like female figures to follow, because I just haven't been able to find any that really... I haven't been able to really find any, and maybe it's because I haven't really looked enough. I just haven't looked enough in general into podcasts and into things like that. So if you guys know of any...
There's a very inspirational young lady who's just like climbing through the ranks, and she's just filled with substance, and she's just like very outspoken, and a lot of the things that she says makes a lot of sense, and it's very impactful, and I could tell that she's here to make a big difference in the world. Her name is Hawk Tua. It's the Hawk Tua podcast. Amazing.
I knew you were gonna
amazing
say
podcast, especially if you're trying to really like develop a nice and well-rounded lifestyle.
You can learn about crypto as well.
Yeah, you can learn about crypto. You can invest in her crypto. You can just do whatever you want. Really.
You can learn how to spit on that thing.
Spit on that thing.
If you want to learn how to do that, you can do.
Is that all it takes? Really? Like is that all it takes in today's world? Is that really what we want? Is that why we make these people famous? Is that why we give them our attention? Really? That's what you want? You want a little like gimmicky kind of instant gratification? You want just people to just come in and just tell you the whole like boom, boom, or doom. It's a boom. I'm gonna do a thing here. You know, I could tell what they're saying. It's a good texture, you know. It's a little bit dry, but overall, it's a 5 out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
And then boom.
That's it. And boom.
Red carpet events, Hollywood, meet the president. It's like, what? Why?
That's crazy.
Why?
I mean,
why?
look.
We don't want substance anymore. We just want people's opinions, and we want to have opinion on people.
You guys like my eyes? Look.
I need a haircut. I still haven't got my haircut. Like you could tell on the sideburns. Like, look, it's ridiculous. But she gave me a haircut yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't do too good a job because somebody wouldn't let me finish. Because we don't have barber chairs. We have a stool with no back support.
She sees like these like little standout hairs.
I need to
and then she goes like, first of all, she walks around my face with the scissors like pointed towards my eyeball. And then I'm supposed to sit there like this, and then she's like walking around me, and I'm on this uncomfortable stool.
I'm a
Wait,
professional.
and then I'm like there or whatever, and then she goes and she like nitpicks at the little like.
I'm a professional. Guys, I cut my own hair. I mean, it's not really great, but I cut my own hair. I don't go to a salon. I haven't cut my hair in a long time. This is the longest my hair's ever been, by the way. It's very, very lengthy here. One day I'm gonna do a chop. I'm gonna just surprise everybody.
She's gonna look really chopped with the chopped hair.
Have like this, like kind of like a. Let's see if I could replicate it here. I'm gonna kind of have like this thing going on. What do you think?
Yeah, like I've already told you, like a short hair would look nice.
Like I'm gonna look more modest.
Any way you decide.
But what I was gonna say, what was I saying? Oh yeah, look at my eyes, guys.
I don't like laughing or smiling in the camera because look at how chinky I am.
I have like orangey eyes, orangey brown eyes.
I have like a little dimple.
We're both chinky, and I have a dimple too. Look, can you see it?
To be honest, I'm very like Kanye in that way. Where if there's one thing that me and Kanye are alike in, it's this.
You're never
it's
gonna
like,
catch me smiling.
This is me most of the time.